that's going to get us out of this mess. Well, we just grew the Goyf tremendously, but because of an earlier mistake, I was saying, because I didn't take out the Hierarch with this Devour Flush, like the Goyf isn't going to be able to handle the Reality Smasher, and even if I were to block, we're still kind of toast. Hey, how's it going, Dark Magi? I think we're kind of toast no matter what I do. He probably just smashes, yeah. Could throw the Scavenging Ooze under the bus. Like, I could, like, exile Goyf and then throw Ooze under the bus. Like this block. And then grab the Tarmogoyf. And then Ooze is dying anyway. So we soak a little more damage. Goyf stays just as big after damage is dealt. I could have suspended Ancestral. Thrunning here doesn't do enough, unfortunately. I hate to say that. I think that's just given here. I think I suspend Ancestral and then play Devour Flush. That's what I'm going to do. Well, I could just play Darkheart and give up the Overgrown. That also buys us a turn. Does buy us a turn. Does Flushing buy us time? I mean, he could just have removal spell for my Goyf. So I think Darkheart's the safest line, actually. If you want to get technical. But then I'm never really Thrunning, am I? I think we have to hope he just doesn't have it. The removal spell. Just wonder what he's sitting on. It's basically like time travel. Yeah. Second Hierarch should do it. Well, I could block and then Devour Flush my own Goyf. Well, no, Trample. No, Noble Hierarch's a hell of a thing when you have a Trampler. Yeah, blocking here and then Devouring doesn't do enough. Yeah, we should have played Darkheart. Darkheart played around more things. Sure, we'd have to give up one of our 2 forests, but it was worth it. Like, we wouldn't have died. I think that's certainly worth considering. Like here, sure, I don't die this turn, but it's like I gave up so much to make that play. We're kind of being a little too fair over here. You know, it's like I need like a Damnation, but that wouldn't even work. If I had an Azrael on the table, balance would have been nuts here. We get like another turn, which might be all that I need because this Ancestral's... Oh no, it's on 3, never mind. I thought we suspended this sooner. I was going to say, we could just play out this Dark. This Dark represents 6 life. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, he's got 10 if he doesn't do the Exalted thing. Maybe he's got another Smasher. Inquisition, my balance is what I would do. Nope, takes the Eternal Witness. Okay. Yeah, he should swing out. There you go, opponent. There you go. That's how it's done. Okay. I'm just trying to get through this league so we can play the actual version that I want to take to the GP. Because this actually, it looks... I mean, yes, it's a Sul-tide Traverse, but it's not anything like what I'm playing now. What I play now is more like this, and it's been doing a much better job turning on the Traverse. Like, I haven't had, like, the version that we got in the league, honestly, what's been giving us match losses is not just what you saw there. It's more so we're not turning on the main engine of the deck, which is Traverse. This new version will do that. It's got the right mix of instants and sorceries and creatures and artifacts. It's got a nice mix of enchantments even. I just decided to mainboard the Maggot because if it dies, it's going to give you enchantment. If it doesn't die, you're probably up against a combo deck, and it just stripped an important piece from their hand. I thought about mainboarding Archmage over Maggot, but then I realized I just really want to make sure the traverses are turned on. Not to mention Archmage is like good when you know it's like grindy, or you know that it's going to take a while for them to kind of combo off, and those are pretty exclusive combos. That's not your average combo. These are actually here. So that's not your average modern combo. So you can see there's been a lot of changes, thankfully, to the deck. Because I really didn't like how we were performing with the current one, and I thought that I could tweak it a little bit, and it's been working a lot better since I did. Actually, I wasn't mainboarding this Abrupticate, I was mainboarding the Pulse, and then I realized we don't have enough instants mainboard, so I just went ahead and added another instant, so that bumps us up on our instant count. The real question is Traverse winning more matches than Flair had? I actually built the deck in paper and was proxying and playing against my friends. One of my friends is playing an Infinite Combo, the other friend is playing Grixis Shadow. That's a good question, Treebeard. Yes, so it was doing quite well, but that might just be because they play Magic, but they don't play nearly as much as I do. Not that that makes them bad players. It's just... Sorry, drop some cards. It's just that, they don't play Modern nearly as much as I do, so, I have kind of got them on a couple plays that I might not be able to get, players at the tournament. Like, this hand probably traverses, not on turn 2, necessarily, but certainly turn 3 is a possibility, so you do keep this. And this doesn't mean I'm not turn 1 in the Ancestral, but I think that's the right call. Black Cleave. Kind of want to get the information. What are you? Fatal Push. Oh, it looks like it's just Jund. Okay. God, this poor Jund player. He's not doing so hot either, huh? Because we had kind of a rough league ourselves. I mean, yeah, we try to strip his hand with the Maggot. Or you just chill. I mean, the Maggot obviously dies. I could just suspend Ancestral. That's how you kind of win this matchup. One of the ways that you can grind it out. Just do that. Maybe play Forest. Not sure whether or not I'm going to cast the Thought Scour. Now, Thought Scour is something else that I just cut from the deck. It's cool, but we're not really fueling Delve creatures. I was just doing it to turn on the, Delirium. Grow Goyf here and there, but it's like the deck, the way that I'm playing the version now, it just has a lot more meat to it, and on that regard, it just feels a lot better. Overall, it just feels good. I'm fine with this Maggot just growing our Goyfs and letting us take a look at my opponent's hand. But this kind of card is not good against something like Jund, and it's something that's going to come out. So maybe I should wait until it lets me stick something. We already have Delirium. I mean, I don't really want to Goyf unless I have Perfect Knowledge. I think we do just Maggot. I'm just doing this for the hand knowledge, really. Alright, so he's actually Black Moon. So that gives me a lot of information. I'm going to play the Verdant Catacombs and be able to fetch up basic. So we thought he was Jund. He's actually Black Moon. I actually also considered taking Black Moon to Vegas. It's not the one I decided on, but I did think that was a good meta call. Black Moon. Go ahead and snip this. Yeah, Black Moon. I was going to play Black Moon with Groves of the Burn Willows. And Devour Flushes was one of our game plans. Let's go ahead and snip that. Alright. So what do you take here? I mean, Moon is an issue, but they're just going to toast the Maggot. I think the best thing that I can do is take the push and force him to use the terminate to get the push back. So we definitely play Verdant Catacombs. Oh, you know what? I can play around it entirely. Let's traverse for our basic. Yeah, we're gonna traverse for basic. Yeah, we'll get all our basics and not worry about the moon so much. Believe it or not, our deck's not that greedy. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and terminate. It's fine. Yeah, okay, so we want to get, obviously, our forest. Oh, we milled our forest. Well, shoot. The best I can do is get a swamp, then. So we're going to be cut from green. I don't know if I can win without green. That means no traverses. That means no goif. This version of the deck doesn't really have a finisher that's outside of green, does it? The green's pretty important. That's too bad that we, and that's another reason why it's like Thought Scour, like sometimes backfires. Like here, it's like one of the most important cards we need in this matchup got milled accidentally, and so yeah, it definitely has its drawbacks. So I guess we go one of these two. And try to just make it not matter so much, I suppose. So we'll grab the basics. It's the best I can do, really. Okay, go. Oh, yeah, flying? Yeah, old memories. I'm assuming this is a quick moon. He's got double swamps, so no reason to hold back. Okay, so we get moon. Can we still win? Well, we got a suspended ancestral. I mean, there's hope. I'm hopeful anyway. I just worry that, you know, a lot of my threats... Now, the new version would still have, you know... Well, I guess I couldn't even cast this, could I? At least I have an unblockable threat in the new version. I don't think we have that guy in this version. I think we might just be out of luck here. I think the game would have been different should we have not milled the forest. But again, that's the drawback to something like Thought Scour is it's random. You don't really have, even if you knew the very top card, there's always that one random card that you're not going to be able to look at that you lose. And I don't really want my opponent to know that we don't really have an out to this, but we don't really have an out to this. So he's going to cast the other demigod, so let's go ahead and Bajuka Bog that demigod away. Oh no, it's not going to, it's a mountain. Yeah, we're kind of hosed here. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking that Bajuka was going to do anything. Okay. So, how do we beat that? Let's bring in some answers to Moon and Lily. This actually, I don't know if this is a maggot matchup. This might be more of a Glenn and Lundra Archmage matchup. Now, I don't think Glenn was in this version, unfortunately. I think Thrun is fine, and Garrick can come in. Rex Sage, sure. Yeah, that's another out to Moon. Dismember, I don't know. He's on demigods? Maybe you want the first cage? Big game answers that. Pushes can get cut. Their deck's kind of designed to not care about push. And it's just, like, the future version is just not going to have Thought Scours. It's just not going to have them. Not that I can really justify cutting them all in this version, but, I mean, like, Planeswalkers are good. There's some must-counter spells in this matchup. I'm going to be running, like, the next version is going to be, I think I'm running, let me see what our sideboard is in the future. Could have sworn I was running yeah, so there's going to be switched to counter squalls, but we could just get some testing out of this card while we're still in this league.